Yo, this is Alessandra Ambrosio Mix Hot Update number 3. It's probably, at least for Alessandra, a hotter update than the previous ones. This is actually the fourth video about the mixes, just that are solely about the mixes. Um, the first one was I started it in April of 2024, and then a few days later, I did a hot update, and then in August, I did another hot update, and then so that was hot update number 2. That's why this is hot update number 3. And the previous ones, the backdrop was the reason it was a hot update partially was that the magma and lava shooting up from um, the ground in Iceland. And now the hot update is because Los Angeles is on fire. And some of it seems to be the judgment of Yahweh God and Jesus on Los Angeles, who's been harboring and using Alessandra Ambrosio as some kind of weapon to psychologically harass and abuse me. And, a bunch of just evil fucking people in Los Angeles using her to abuse me. And my biological children, which I believe Andra and Noah Ambrosio, Alessandra Ambrosio's children, are my biological children, and some kind of weird, evil rape attack happened on me when I was 16 in high school. And I think some girl at the school that I went to, the private Lutheran High North, supposedly Christian school that I went to, Nikki Dunn, I believe, when she gave me my first blowjob, I think spit out my cum and then sold it or something to Alessandra, because it very much looks like Anja and Noah Ambrosio are my children. I'd be willing to take a DNA test. I think what you see here is the judgment of Yahweh God, and that people know that this is going on and have been using her. I pointed out how she recently, with her, you know, abusive towards me, fake boyfriend or whatever the fuck Buck Palmer is, or maybe there's two Bucks or something, but I can tell you that there's been a series of multiple men. Uh, Jamie Mazur, Nicola Odie, Rich Lee, and Buck Palmer, and maybe there's another Buck Palmer. Whoever else behind the scenes, she could be doing orgies and evil shit like that. And then Anja Ambrosio and her friends, who live in the Palisades and who go to the high school that recently suffered burn damage and probably, knows a lot of people like Helena Gab and Kiki, whatever the fuck Kiki's name is. Um, Kiki Perrin. These girls that went to this school are like mocking, with Anja, who's like flicking me off in pictures. The whole point is to be really evil towards me because they're just a bunch of evil fucking rapists. Like, how you turn my own biological children so against me. It has to be like Stockholm syndrome. They have to be lying, and then it's like, well, yeah, you're gonna get punishment because like I've been as cool as I could possibly be, and like, I think this is the judgment of Yahweh God on this place. And very clearly in the Bible, uh, Yahweh says like, I'm not going to judge by water anymore. I'm going to judge by fire, right? And so this is why the hot update. But let's go to this mix. Um, we'll go through a number of the mixes because I'm making mixes. This is how I defend myself. I make art, and then I think there's a bunch of people watching this public abuse game that they've been participating in, this public harassment game. I don't understand because it breaks numerous laws. I think they're being afforded something like government immunity to have participated in this, and I think there's more kids that are my kids that are my biological children that you know that they've basically stolen from me and are like, I think they've been abusing them since they've been children, and this is one of the reasons why they have like Stockholm syndrome, Anja and Noah Ambrosio, and they don't want to admit it, they don't want to engage it, they want to treat me like shit. Can you imagine, like, if I see that strong men like kill themselves when their wives divorce them. You know what I mean? So imagine what I've been going through for at least 16 years, and like think about how mentally tough I have to be, and I'm not giving up. I mean, I'm gonna make art to embarrass these people, and I think Yahweh God is proving a point and judging by fire. And you know, good. They deserve it. I saw someone put like, God, please help Hollywood, and I'm like, Hollywood abandoned God, Yahweh, a long time ago. They got Shiva and Vishnu and Brahma and Lord Vader and fucking Allah and any other thing, any other celebrity or idol that they could choose, but they abandoned Jesus and God a long time ago. They abandoned Yahweh God a long time ago. So anyway, let's get into the mix, shall we? And we'll start at the top on all of these. And this is tentative. These are not done yet. Like, I don't even know if it's going to be named what I've named it here. This is just where it's at the moment. When it gets put out finally on my SoundCloud, on my Instagram, on my SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and then when I post it up on Instagram, that's kind of a finalized version. I usually will not go back and change things after that has happened. So, um, we'll start with this, and I'm gonna use the artwork here, right? And I'll have this up here, and you should be able to. Let's see. How do I want to do this actually? Well, okay. Look, I'm gonna put it in the corner here. You have the song title here, but whatever song I'm on, like I'm gonna also go down the list. I guess this is what I'm gonna do. First, I'm just gonna go down the list here and like do this. Yeah, okay. That's how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to go back and you can get a closer look at some of the album cover art. And, I'll talk about some of the themes in this. So, Alessandra, starts off aptly named. She's a tiger. Techno Syndrome, you got the dragon versus the tiger, it would seem, or dragons and tigers. Blessings. Need You. Tell Ya. I Am Why, or I Miss You. Runaway, Get Down Tonight, Get to Me, In the Dark, Flute, Ignite, Starfire, Feel That, Feel It, shift keyed, Feel It. At the same time, Desire, Ale, Alleluia, Calling Out, For You, Where You Are, Luna, La Luna, Without Fear, Transcendent, Catnip, Pluto the Black Cat, because, they like to pretend that I'm just a kitty cat. All right. Turning Back, Wings, Space Cat, same area. Feel, Shipwrecked, Crash Landing, Electronical Cats, Mios Ojos, Erotica, Don't Stop Me, Don't Be Shady, Chemistry, Phlegmatic Dogs Remix, Diamonds and Tigers, Hands Together, Nothing Compares, Master Yoda, House Ain't Giving Up, This Is House, They Know, We House You, My Music, Heat, Heat, Getting Hot, Hot in Here. Wait, this is the apt part, huh? Hot in Here, Hot in Here. This one has two R's and featuring Bloodline, because Andre Ambrosio and Noah Ambrosio are part of my bloodline. Let's do a DNA test. How about that? How about we do an independent DNA test, or they could even just upload their DNA to Ancestry.com and see who gets pinged. I'm sure like we're gonna be a match. Anyway, hot in here, or hot in here, hot in it. Heat, higher. It's hot, make you sweat. Draco, Caldera. Boom! Sick of it. Dominate. Coastin'. Heat wave. Burning rave. Back in control. Feet so hot. Walking on fire. Our flame. Ready for flames. Catch fire. Burn it up. Bun fire. Black fires. This is fine. Like that meme that I believe that a number of these people are trying to act like this meme where they're like, this is fine, and everything's literally on fire around them, and it's like, it just means that, like, that kind of fire. It just means that like I can look and point to anybody with half a brain and say they're going to say this no matter what, even if it clearly is not fine, even if people are going to get hurt, even if you're going to get hurt, even if they're causing death, destruction, mayhem, whatever problems they're causing, you know what I mean? Uh, like they're gonna just say this is fine because they've done something so wrong, so illegal, so immoral. It's the book of Revelation. We're in the book of Revelation. You get what I'm saying? So, as I've been saying, I think we're only not eight days into 2025, and as I've been saying, I think up to my birthday, June 19th, is going to be a wild ride. After that, I think it is impossible. After that point, I think it's going to be to deny that. Like I think that's when the 1260 days from the Book of Revelation might start. We'll see, but I get a feeling. So play with fire. Love is on fire. Solitude. Fire. Underwater. Burning. Fire in my soul. Burning. Dive into you. Hot flush. Bathroom line. Lemon. Juice. Greatest. 1985. Reboot. Good morning. Time. Body check. Voices in my head. Last time. Last time. Route 94 remix. Push your body. My head, my heart, claptone mix. Uh, Heat waves. The sun goes down. I'm fine. Sign. Limitless. Fire and rain. One last time. Cactus. Stay. Take my hand. One of the things, the general theme here is like I've offered a lot of repentance for her, where it's like, hey, acknowledge what you've done as evil and wrong, and make it up to me, and like stop using, literally stop. You raped me as a child. Stop using men to try to abuse me, like beat me over the head that you're with these other random fucking men, and that you've taken my children from me, and I haven't gotten to see them grow up. And evil fucking men like Jamie Mazur are the ones who've been around my children and raised them from a child. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't have consented when I'm 16 according to Texas law. So this rapist model, like, okay, you're attractive. That's going away as you get older, by the way. What are you going to have left? You're going to have your children, who I think she's Jezebel in Revelation, and her children die. And when her children die, Andra and Noah, I don't think she's going to have protection anymore. And like literal, like I think she's being protected supernaturally because of that, and like being offered protection from different people groups who want to beat me over the head with whatever evil rapey thing that they've done. I don't know. It's like, say all the people around them seem to be wearing keffiyehs, and uh, like something to do with Palestine versus Israel. And this just ends up being like, oh, that's the whole fake Jews thing. They support a satanic deity, and that's what Allah is. So that makes sense. But it also just seems to be some deity from the East. Whatever. Um, Never let go. Back to you. In the light. Lights out. Never enough. Asking. Remedy. Want to be loved. Love will take you higher. I want to love you. Feel me. Nobody else. Try. Hold on. See, this is going to be embarrassing because I think she thinks she's still going to win because this is like something that you can win, but not really. I think she goes into infinite burning torture along with her condemning everyone in her family, everyone who's been around her for the past, I don't know, 16 years. Anybody that's in my story and pictures on my phone that's connected to her, after she dies, your people are coming after you. You get what I'm saying? You're going to be thrown into great pressure because of what she's done and what you've been empowering. So let that sink in. Let you go. Nobody else. Beautiful day. Ride it. Ride it. Jonas Blue Extended. Surfboard. Got you. Aura. Pick your battles. Pondicherry. Pressure. Left and right. Spin it back. Light the fuse. Kawaii. Scary with the 4 in the middle. As the A. Because A4. Because A is the letter 4, and A is for Alessandra, or any of the other A women around her, whatever. Or Anja, or whatever. Soundwave. They want to know. Close your eyes. Every step. Little bit of love. Or little bit love. Little bit love. Little bit love. Okay. Uh, I just need a little bit more of your love. Anyway, Your love, you like as you know, it doesn't make me feel good, and I'm like, I want to explain like, yo, I'm angry. Clearly, I'm not happy that they've done this to me, but I'm also like, yo, this is what the whole seven churches of Asia thing in the Bible. She's the fourth church. She's literally uh, the character of Jezebel. Her children, Jezebel's children dying is Anja and Noah dying. When she dies, everybody around her that's been participating in some kind of satanic attack on my reality is done, and that's the end of the Bible. We start going to the kingdom of heaven where nobody dies anymore, and whoever the I guess whore of Babylon is, which seems like a Jezebel-like character to me, everybody abandons her. They see that what she was trying to do is a failure. That she's been such a like the cause of all sorts of evil on everybody in the world. That's why it says all the blood of everybody that's been spilled, or in the least all the prophets, are all on her. I wonder who that is. Take your place. Watch my DJ spin together at night. Bright lights. See, this is the cold blooded thing. There's like, it is so clear that this seems like a bunch of people, even if they aren't on my side, that they've been manipulated into making music that I'm using in a way. Either they're helping me or like they're trying to make music against me, and I put it in my mix and it ends up helping me anyway. Same thing with people trying to do evil to me. And I really believe that it's going to be embarrassing that I beat you with making DJ mixes. And that's one of the reasons why she's even hanging around like random fucking DJs. She's literally trying to make me feel, again, the whole thing is to make me feel lesser than and whatever. And guess what? Everything's burning down around her, and her response is, "This is fine." Like that's how she has to look, because if she looks panicked at all, the whole thing falls apart. You know what I mean? So I don't expect her to change until she's dead. I think when she dies, like that is a very clear indication that what I've been saying is correct. It will no longer be deniable. I'll be the one that's been calling it for a long time, as I have made mixes saying that like, hey, you and your family and everybody around you are going to get sick if you keep doing this. And then all of a sudden, Anja's best friend's mom, who's also one of Alessandra's best and oldest friends, got cancer almost immediately. It's aggressive cancer. They just had surgery. I don't think it's going to help. I think she's going to die. So, gravity. You know why. Don Diablo, extended edit. Corrupt. Nothing at all. Hit the ground. Fall. Fallen for you. I want your love. Get down. Before we go down. Crazy for you. Close. Or close. Uh, Lost Summer. Safe and Sound. Make You Mine. Another Dimension Part 2. Want You Bad. Losing Sleep. Losing My Head. No More. No Good. Do Me No Good. Beat Like This. Run It. Something Like A. Move Your Body. Introvert. Manipulator. Supersonic. Get My Love. I Can't. Wait. Waiting. Bed. Choo Choo. All Aboard. My Carousel. Fever. About You. You know, like the fever I think she's about to have after Anja and Noah probably die of something. My guess is that people are watching this. Like, I know a lot of people are watching this, right? And my guess is that, oh, look at what you did, Alessandra. Look at what you did. Making children cry and shit. Trying to make me cry. This is why I think probably someone is going to kill Anja and Noah, if I have to guess. Because it says that they are killed with death. It does not say that they die of a sickness or whatever. So my guess is that probably someone who's fed up and sick and tired of all the evil that they see, and like the world burning down around them, the judgment brought because of what Alessandra is doing. My guess is that they reach out and end this, and that once that happens, you know, she gets sick and dies because her whatever magical or evil, you know what I'm saying? I think these people are using magic. They get and by magic it could be a lot of things, you know. So subversive evil behavior, that's a form of magic. So how does that sound? So you can put it into science land. Subversive evil behavior where they try to obfuscate the truth no matter what, even if it's deleterious for them or the people around them. That's a form of magic. So there you go. About You, you know, fever. About you, wanna be, flying, no love. We found love. I was made for loving you. Every day, used to be. This flow, losing control. Your heart, control. They don't know. Control. Glimpse. You are here. Move. Kick back. 160. Move. Come with me. After party. Click, click, bang. Say it. How it is. Invincible. Superfly. Good for me. Curse. Over my head. Preacher. All evil. Moses. Jump on the mic. Acting like ILY. Acting like I love you. Bad selection. Jammin'. Summer thing. Boasty. Only human. Divine. Chance at love. Eyes wide shut. Because I think she's participating in a bunch of orgies with the kids that are my children, so that, again, they raped me and then they've been abusing my children since a young age, with random fucking men to make some kind of evil point to me. And seemingly some kind of law, like the law has literally allowed it, because I don't know, they labeled me a bad guy or something. Like, that's, I think they probably just lied to the police. It does talk about the synagogue of Satan, those who claim to be Jews but are not, and they slander the one who's conquering at the seven churches of Asia, who's the representative of, look, it even says, oh no, pedo's on fire, that even represents the Christian church, essentially, as a representative, because they've been doing this to me since I was a kid. And they basically cut me off from any good form of sexuality since I was a kid. But kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah, they couldn't get to me, because the idea is they want to rape me, I think. And they did, kind of, but not in the way that I think they really want to. But in any instance, eyes wide shut, paralyzed. What do you want? Time, my body, stay, be mine, catch the vibe. See, I try to be fun with it, but I also know this shit's coming to a swift end. I can see it's coming to. There's a reason this is a hot update still. You know what I'm saying? Catch the vibe, hate me, hurt me, the freaks, one chance, the combination, juncture, superstar, ale ale, hermanos, SME, another day, more than enough, complicated, still sleepless, always feel like, alien, DNA, fusion, funk, wild out, get down, the day is my enemy. Ladies' night, love tonight, to you, the light, all for you. Here you go, hell in high heels, perfect sky, feels like summer. Where do we go? Who knows? Hit him, cheap shot, touch starved, hit him. I'll be there, lost with you, falling for you. Koti, back to me, losing, like that. For love, waiting for you. Forever changes. It's her. Sticky. Victory over truth. September. Enemy brain. Piano. Or Piano, but it's piano. Scientific remix. Like the name of, what's that? Adriana Lima's son. Scientific. Get it? On Your Mind. Bass. I'm pretty sure this song is older than her son. Piano is, but even the Scientific remix is older. On Your Mind. Bass. Baseline, like that. Listen up. Oh, like that. Aliyah May. Aliyah Mom? Yeah. Listen up. Call your name. Look for, your look, there for you. I got your love. The sun. Under the sunlight. Sun rotation. Sunset strip. Makeba. Moon dance. Supernova. Sun go down. Rise up. Keep on. I've been having dreams. Come running 2022. Running, sandstorm, mind, sun, the rocks, horizon, the light on your face, light it up, batters, lose myself, never be mine, don't need you, want you, will to power, ether, select a 19, turbocharged, slow down, tell me why, farewell, different tomorrow, training, bye, the agony and the ecstasy, personal Jesus, Midsommar, Fortune, Golden Claws, Moonstruck, About You, Mata, Special, I Am Tiger, Swingin', Waste My Time, Swing King, Crooked Process, Innocence, Pepper, Tested, God, Nobody, Gone, Love Me Again, Vexed, Poison, Tarnished, Rage Room, Whisper, Keep Talking, Pressure, Horizon, Stars, Final Boss, Yo Mama. Like Lucilda Ambrosio is like the final boss. It could be. I keep saying Andra and Noah are her kids. It might be Lucilda's Jezebel because it seems like both her daughters, Aline, Alessandra and Aline, have had my kids without my permission and are beating me over the head with men that are not their fathers who are raising my kids. I don't want children with these women when they're acting like this. I don't think it's worthwhile to ever have fucking children with women that are so fucking evil and worthless. And they're just fucking literal rapists. Like, it's a family of fucking rapists. I don't care if you're attractive. You're not attractive on the inside. It even makes your outside look not attractive. So all I can say at this point kind of is fuck off. But I'm going to make this art around this situation because you deserve to see that, I think a lot of people are pretty pissed off that you've caused all this. And I think your judgment is just started. Wonkaholic, flow, control, tell me, have it all, let me go, warning, overdrive, boom, shady intentions, golden youth, roll up to the party, division, levitate, get high, passion, singularity, jealousy, world ender, Matt Doe remix, power, chroma, trust, evolution, astrophysical, eat your heart out, saloon, utopia, contra, Bengal, if I were you, 1001, eyes on me, all eyes on me, hush, hush, I belong to you, set me free, I see you, Matt Ha, or Matha, it's Matt Ha, Superfly, God Motor, running, or running, stars, stay, let you down, lights go down, storm, grinding, dream state, overture, aurora, unbreakable, all over you, low high, Serbia bass, my love, adrenochrome, featuring by Laser Buck, control, still, on top, chroma, immortal, desolation edge, awake, wide awake, phantom, glory, coach. Another thing I want to say is she's using like producers and DJs to try to make me feel bad, but like none of these fucking producers seem to be good at DJing. Like they can be good at DJing like small things, but they focus all their time on producing, and so they don't have a good view of all the music. You know what I mean? They might even have a decent view of one single genre, but most of them have not even close the kind of overhead view of all the different genres that I'm putting into this. And so, this is representative of like electronic music. You know what I mean? Music, because there's other stuff that's not even electronic music in these. But it's the idea that like just trying to use any one producer or DJ only puts them in a bad spot because they could never with the power of all first of all with the power of Yahweh. This is like all of this just comes to me. But second of all, most of them are not going to have the time, literally the time. It's taken. This is the third update, and I started this in April, and I've been working on it pretty consistently since April, like day after day. You know what I mean? Where I'm going through my library and I'm getting songs that are relevant and I'm putting them in multiple women's mixes because it's mostly a bunch of women that are being used to beat me over the head because I'm looking for, my partner, as most people are, right? Your wife or something, or your husband if you're a woman. You're looking for your other half or something, and then guess what? A bunch of people using social pressure, money, and like with some kind of bullshit agenda told a bunch of people to be really evil to you and to mistreat you, and they took away any social ability that you have, and so all these celebrities and stuff that are seeing their world burn down around them because they were the ones who did this and have participated in it. That's the end of them. You get what I mean? Like this is why when I see all this burning down, it's like, you know what? Blame the celebrities that have brought this judgment on where you live. This is a biblical concept too. You know what? Like, I've been attacked out of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is burning down, right? And I don't give a fuck whether you agree or not. There's been so many instances where clearly out of the places that people are trying to make evil fucking points to me, those places are seeing judgment. You know what I mean? Or have seen judgment. And it's only the beginning. I mean, really, it's only the beginning. Coach, Glory, Coach, Return of Forever, Femme Fatale, Femme Fat Ale, Femme Fatale, Dying on the Inside, Cut Deep, Escape, You Don't Understand, Minefields, Make It Tonight. You like jazz? Saxo Rhythm, Accelerator, like Axel Boy, but it's an accelerator, so it's Accelerator. That's pretty funny to me. Um, Alive, What Have You Done? TNT, Libre, Never Be Lonely, Picture Perfect, Let It Rock, Moving On, Never Look Back, Say Less, Head Rush, Aurora, Tornado, Thunderstorm, Frequency, With You, Purity, Solace, Air I Breathe, Every Time, Quantum, Oxygen, Reason, Colors, Wake Up the Kids. My kids, you know, like Andra and Noah Ambrosio. Uh, Give It, Tell Me, Fading Out, Launchpad, Go Off, Here to Stay, Breathless, Obsession, Restart, Lose Control, Obsessed, because she's obsessed. Alessandra Ambrosio is obsessed. The thing is, by the time it's open and obvious that she's obsessed with me and like all these men like Buck Palmer that she's dating now or dating whatever and whatever, it's just because she's been so obsessed with me for a long time and hasn't wanted to admit it, and she's gone to evil fucking levels of whatever to try to control me and abuse me. And it's like, well, if you're this obsessed with me, the only way you could actually be in a relationship with me is to like not do this shit. And so since you've done this and you've been given a lot of time to repent, which is change your mind, stop acting like this. No, it's like I think as soon as she starts to reach out to like whatever, I think that's when all of this comes like breaks down in her head. Or as soon as it's become so obvious that none of the things that she's done have worked and that anything that she tries further is just a repetition of something she's already done. Like, what, you're just gonna do an infinite series of random fucking worthless men who's like the whole point of them is to just be like replacements for me, and none of them even fucking come close. I don't care if they're models. I don't care if whatever they are. First of all, even the models, they don't look as good as me. That's just a fact. Well, you know, objectively, you can have your own subjective viewpoints, but you know, you ain't picking winners. But next, they can't do what I can do. And that's the whole point of her doing this is she's trying to disempower me and take away my resources, my magic. You know what I mean? But it's not magic. It's the divine power of Yahweh. You could never take that actually away from me. Yahweh can just use that to destroy you. You know what I mean? Like, now there's a reason that when you die into infinite burning torture and you've condemned everybody you love to a terrible fate, and that's your infinite fucking reality, is that you are the one that caused this, and they listened to you, and you failed them, and you're in infinite fucking burning torture, like, you know, the burning that's going on in the city that you've condemned. Well, guess what? Nobody's going to give a fuck. Your excuses aren't going to matter, and that's where you are forever. You and you're locked out of infinite happiness in literal paradise in the kingdom of heaven, where you could have been queen or empress of the kingdom of heaven, and you chose fucking infinite burning torture to your own detriment. You dumb fucking rapist. God. Beautiful one, so beautiful dreamer, but still dumb and a rapist. Down with your love. Down, Reaper remix. Down with your love. Secrets. Save me. No warning. Lose control. Say the word. Control. Dog days are over. It's over. Bang, bang. Bittersweet goodbye. About 499 songs. I expect it to grow a little more. This is going to be one mix, I think, but it might be broken up into portions because it's just, you got to realize that there's no way I could sit for a day and a half and like and like just sit there recording this live. I'm gonna have to like put together a post in post. But it'll still be, I did a 9 hour mix already. I don't need to prove that I can sit around and mix for that long. It's not even about the mixing. I don't think that's what makes DJing. It's about like putting together all these tracks in your head and creating a contiguous thing that makes sense together, and where the visual art associated with each song also matches the theme, but moreover matches with the music that is going on, and so you have a audio visual experience. And when I put the collage together, hold on, I got a number of these mixes right, and like here's my most recent one. We go to the collage here, and when you look at this and the collage makes sense, right? I make these really big collages where each of the album arts are big enough to where you can even look into them and see what's going on. And like, eventually I'm going to be able to have the AI take even higher resolution versions and make these better. I just can't do that. Like, I don't have the processing power on my I might have the processing power on my desktop, but it's just a lot. Like, legitimately something this large, just FYI, even to make an image this large, like how big is this? All right, it's pretty big. No, it's not 4 MB. That's for damn sure. Uh, Maybe the JPEG. No, the PNG. Like, I'll put it like this: even if the JPEG is like 4 MB somehow, the I'll tell you this: the XCF file or whatever in GIMP, this is like a gigabyte. If I'm making it, like, what happens is if I increase the resolution on each picture by 1,000 up to 1,000, so I double it's gonna be massive. You know what I mean? Like, for an image file. So anyway, oh, and stuff like this where what Matt Watkins from Born Records. Like, if I'm Matt Wilkins and this is Matt Watkins and I'm Watt Milkins, I mean, doesn't it just seem like too on the nose at this point? Like, people are trying to pretend that I'm not doing a bunch of stuff, but it's like, well, it doesn't look like it's going to matter because once Alessandra Ambrosio dies, I'm going to be matching the end of the Book of Revelation, and anybody who hasn't spoken on this is going to get slapped upside the fucking head by Yahweh himself. You know what I mean? And I mean that in a way of like, something bad is going to happen if you don't start talking and engaging that these people have done some evil to me. Extreme evil to me. You know what I mean? Uh, so, what's going on here? It's still looks kind of smoky. It looks like it's kind of. Oh, I see a little bit of fire activity, but now it looks like Hollywood's on fire. So, I look at the Hollywood sign here. Yeah, I mean you can see it smoking. So okay, well, what do we got, Steve? What do we got? Anyway, okay, all right, okay, all right. So now now what we're gonna do is go over this, and I'm just gonna go through the album art so that you can see a more, like, I'm just gonna do it like this so you can see a larger version of each of the album cover arts. And I'm not gonna do this with every mix. On some of the other mixes, I'm just gonna go down the list quickly. But since this is the Alessandra Ambrosio mix hot update, I am gonna do like a full thing and talk about at least enough of it. So Alessandra, and it's a tiger theme. Okay, so I'll just go on from here. And I'm mostly using the album cover art. If there's multiple album covers arts that I could use, I just use the most relevant one to how I think it fits in the mix best. So, you know, but you can definitely see that I'm trying to match colors too, and concepts, and um, you know, the themes, right? I mean, Space Cat, and then Space Cat with the third eye. So it's like Space Cat, right? Space, and like colors, same. Colors are the same. Space Cat, and then Black cat with a third eye. See, Alessandra has a black cat tatted on her, right above her butt. I wonder why. A black cat on a crescent moon. I wonder why. Um, Black cat with its third eye open. Space cat with a third eye. Maybe it's a black cat. Maybe calico cat. I don't know, but it has glasses so it can see. You get it? Where do I live? Houston, Space City. Okay, space cat. Gotcha. The Whittler. Any from Austin, Texas. Crash landing. Comet. I go to UT Dallas. Weren't we the Comets? Anyway, electronical cats. Hey, there's cats all around her. Crash landing. See, funny. All right. Uh, Poison people because they're poison. These people are poison. Uh, but here's the thing: if there's some kind of venom, right? When I say these people, I mean Alessandra and the people connected to her. If she's some kind of venom, like they've tried to venom suit me down, right? And like it just didn't work to me, and it turned me into Bane. Well, then congrats. You know what I mean? Like you really fucked up on that one, didn't you? Chemistry. Well, I'm not even gonna say the names. I'm just going through the album artworks. You can see a clear tiger theme, right? I mean, each portion should be pretty obvious or funny with what I'm trying to do with the album art too, or how the album art goes together, and very colored, correct. The color appropriate. Noah G. It's hot. Oh, hey, look, this is exactly where Alessandra Ambrosio lives. I guess they had to evacuate last night. It looks like the fires got really close to her house. Um, my whole point with this is like I'm sure it would piss her neighbors off, all of her neighbors which lost their whatever because she and her children have used friends from Pacific Palisades to beat me over the head. Now, do I blame everyone in Pacific Palisades? No. But if y'all have been watching this, which it seems like y'all have, and haven't said anything to correct it and have done wrong, and like I saw a Lutheran church that might have burned down in there, and it's like, well, you're claiming to be Christian. There's no way you can be Christian if you're watching what's going on to me and you're not speaking about it. If that's going on, you're a liar. You are not a Christian. That's just the reality. As it says, these fools can't be saved. If they could be saved, then they'd know how to be saved. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you how you be saved. Speak about this evil that's going on with me. We can go to a kingdom of heaven if I'm the guy on the throne of Yahweh from the book of Revelation, because there's a guy like that. And a guy like that who's given that authority because he's gone through something with a Jezebel character who's done something like seemingly at the behest of maybe a corrupt government here in America or abroad. Like, I don't know, they seem to have my children captive in Brazil, so is that Lula's government? Because he definitely supports Hamas and terrorism because he's a fucking left-wing terrorist. I mean, that's like the left has gone so fucking far they horseshoed back around with the right-wing Islamists. I mean, like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm not unaware of that, and it's just a bunch of evil fucking terrorists, and this is a form of terrorism that they can get away with here in the United States of America. And for whatever reason, the United States government doesn't want to acknowledge or engage that they've done this. And look, if the government is participating and they think at some point, like, oh, well, Alessandra is just gonna, nope, she's gonna die. She's Jezebel, and anybody who's been trying to use her, you're gone too. I mean, that's what. Look, Allah started it, right? I mean, come on. It's almost like people are listening right now. You know what I mean? Lol. So, orgasms are second. Stopping the fires are first. Yeah, they didn't get that message, huh? So that's why when they die, you know what happened. You know why. Noah G. Like Noah Ambrosio, my son. No, or my biological child. He doesn't treat me like he's my son. He treats me like I'm some random stranger, and he gives random Jamie Mazur the fatherly, like the son to father love that he should have. Because I'm pretty sure Jamie Mazur is a bi guy who's been abusing both Anja and Noah since they're children. And I've been saying this publicly, and I think people publicly know. And, I'm going to suggest that any police that are participating in allowing this to happen, it's going to be a problem for you. So, make you sweat. Draco. Because if the police are participating in some kind of terrorist rape attack because they got the people who are the terrorists, they thought I was a terrorist or something, and it's like, no, these people have been doing this for a long time. Aren't you supposed to be detectives and police officers? You didn't know this. You haven't done anything to help me, and instead they try to shut me up and get me to not talk and make me think I'm crazy. Yeah, because they're a bunch of rapists too. So if that's not what the police are, in this, arrest them or whatever. In this, looks like again for the nth time, even in the past year, some catastrophic event has happened because of Alessandra Ambrosio, and nobody wants to engage it. Already this year, billions of dollars in the past year, in the past 365 days, billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars in damage. Remember, Hurricane Helene happened right after I brought out publicly that I think Anja and Noah Ambrosio are both my children, and Dylan and Liam Ambrosio, I think, could be both my children. So, I mean, biological children. Again, none of these kids treat me like I'm dad. They all treat me like shit. They're terrible children. They're terrible people. They're connected to terrible people. The Ambrosio family are fucking evil rapists. They don't deserve fucking anything good. So, anyway, boom. Sick of it. You get it? I'm sick of it. Right? Does this seem pretty fucking apt for what we're watching right now? Because the news could cover this and they don't. It's like that Long Beach Griffey thing where he's just like, yeah, I'm fine with, yeah, like your mom just died in this fire and her skin is melting off or whatever. Like, how do you feel? And the guy's like crying and he's like, and your dog too. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're mad at me for calling this out, blame Alessandra Ambrosio and end her. Dominate. Found you. Heat wave. Burning rave. Fire beats. Back in control. Damn, are my beats so fire it literally caught Los Angeles on fire? It seems actually like it, yeah. Uh, our flame, ready for flames. Catch fire. Burn it up. Bunfire. Black Fires by Reaper. By Callie V. Anya. Or Callie V. Anja. Okay. This is fine. Right, right. Play with fire. Love is on fire. Solitude. Fire. Underwater. Blah, blah, blah. I don't have to say the names of them again. I'm just going to go through them, and if you want to, I'll go through them at a reasonable pace, and if you want to stop to see the album cover, whatever, you can do that. Let's go see what's going on with Steve here. Do you notice how the album covers seem to like all go together, right? It's almost like I've been working on this for a long time, and probably as far as DJs are concerned, no other DJ does anything like this. And so I'm probably the DJ, you know what I mean? Whereas like a lot of DJs are just producers. Well, a lot of DJs that are producers only play their own stuff, and like that's cool, but you only have one sound for the most part because most people only make one sound. Some artists are good and make multiple sounds, and then other artists know how to get the right people on so they can have multiple sounds. But yeah, okay. I also think that when I made the previous mixes recently, like as soon as I started compiling the Simi Hayes 2.0 mix, like where I did what I finally finished today. I went through my entire library and I went through every track that I could reasonably get through on certain forums and as well as Beatport and stuff like that. And then all moved them into one. The day that I moved it all into one mix to like playlist to put it together to like mix it, that was October 7th. And then it took me a month to get the tracks all together in a way, and then uh you know well, it just seems like every time I put a new mix out, that some shift happened because people actually like look. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of the previous mix, let's just go look at this real fast because I did the Maggie Moon mix, but before that was the Insane Asylum radio mix. This was when they threw me. The album cover art for this one is when they threw me in jail. I mean, in the mental hospital on some bullshit because I'm pretty sure a lot of these people got really afraid because they were participating, like Joel Macaluso. There's no way that people don't know like him, and you're gonna get what you deserve. You're terrible people for having done this to me. Like they literally force bred me without my permission, and they've been keeping my children from me and abusing them, and then using my children to psychologically abuse me. So yeah, this is why Jezebel dies and her children die. Because are they my children if I've never seen them and they psychologically abuse me and harass me? And they can be biologically mine, but they don't want anything to do with me and they want to like make me feel bad and try to bait me and whatever. Well, then, I think Yahweh's going to kill them. And once they die, I think Alessandra's going to get really sick and then she dies. And I think that has something to do with the fourth seal of the book of Revelation because I think she dies of the pestilence that comes. And you just see the events at Revelation unfold, and people are gonna realize, like, man, we fucked up so bad. We are the most evil fucking generation to ever exist ever. The only people that come even close are the people that literally crucified Jesus, and that was 2,000 years ago. And we think we're better than them. You know what I mean? And no, you're not. You're just a bunch of abusive rapists, and you're gonna get what you deserve. So, uh, you know, yeah, but I mean, look, it's not like the things here don't have like some precedent as far as what I'm saying with the collage and making points with keeping the collage stuff together and blah 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 blah. So okay, I'm just kind of tired of even talking about this. But we'll go back to this. Oh. Also notice the orange theme because I think they've been trying to. There's been some kind of like sports theme thing where they're like, I like soccer and I'm a fan of the Dynamo, as you can see. Well, I mean, I like the Dynamo because they're the one soccer team that we have here in Houston, the one MLS team. So we don't really get a choice, even though they've acted wrong towards me. It's like, well, I'm gonna eventually probably own them and everything else. So like, I'm not gonna stress out about how they're doing. It's just once I take control, I'm gonna beat anybody over the head who's been using these things to beat me over the head. You're gonna get beat over the head considerably harder, considerably longer. Like you can either go into infinite burning torture or admit that you're fucking rapists and abusers. So I'm not really stressed too much, but space theme, city of Houston here, Space City. Got the orange theme going on, orange and space themed. So okay, um, and if you can prove that you weren't doing bad stuff and you were trying to, hey, look, it's Matthew on the phone, the Dream Center CEO. Wow. Yeah, if you can prove that you weren't doing some evil shit to me, okay, that's better for you. You know what I mean? I don't think Alessandra Ambrosio can do that. I think she's going into infinite burning torture, and it's every bit of her worst nightmare coming to reality. And good, she deserves it. She's an evil, terrible rapist woman. I dislike her so much at this point, but like, okay. I have to look at her to make art about her still, so I'm going to continue doing so. That being said, I'm gonna make it a problem for her. I mean, I've already made it a problem for her, but I'm gonna make it like this is your infinitely worst reality possibly coming. That's what she was trying to do to me, except she didn't control the afterlife. She didn't control the kingdom of heaven. She only controls, I don't know, being a rapist in our reality that exists now, and it didn't work. At least not to the degree that she wants. So when she gets a fever and dies in front of everybody, that's gonna be it. That's the end. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, it's about you. Remember, a lot of the women that are participating in this think they're angels, right? The Victoria's Secret angels. Satan has his angels, and I'm pretty sure they are not on the side of Yahweh and Jesus. These are rapist angels on the side of Satan. Is that Ed Razek or whoever got Victoria's Secret Angels together. I know Epstein had something to do with being connected with them. So whoever that is, y'all are fucked. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're watching slowly as your reality burns down around you, and they're all still saying, "This is fine. This is fine. This is fine." You know what I mean? Like, and it's not. But this should also be anybody who's like not a fucking idiot should be able to look at what's going on and say, it's clearly not fine. It is clearly not fine. And they're still saying it's fine? And I'm supposed to believe them on anything? No, it's so not fine. This guy Matt knows what's going on. He has to be the guy on the throne of Yahweh. It is so not fine, and they're saying it's fine that I don't believe them anymore. And this is why I think it ends, this year. So, and we're also exactly 2,520 days around the time that this started. So, you know what I'm saying? Just fart noises at you because that's all you're worth. Um, I will say this. Well, I needed a Jezebel character to have a Jezebel character, and goddamn if Alessandra Ambrosio doesn't fit it to a T. So, cool. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so like her hurting me ended up helping me, even if it's like the book of Job where I have to go through something for a while. I haven't given up faith in Yahweh. And in fact, it's only made my faith in Yahweh stronger because I can see and read what it says. So, to me, it just like is very clear. These people are going to die, and they're going to die terrible deaths into infinite burning torture. And Jesus ain't going to save them. There's some of these people are pretending that Jesus is going to be there for them. And it's like, you guys aren't there for me. You think Jesus doesn't he have like a golden rule thing and you guys ain't doing any kind of golden rule type anything? You guys are just being fucking like, you guys are empowering the rapists with your silence? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I'll say this. If I'm the guy on the throne of Jesus, I don't forgive you or anybody that's working with Jezebel. And I take your silence around the situation as you're working with her because you're working in conjunction with her. So that's, conjuncture. Yeah, sure. Anyway, name puns. I already brought up yesterday how the name puns or whatever. So, um, I don't know. I don't need to keep saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, I guess so because that's what Alessandra's trying to do. Do the same thing. Hey, look, it says Buckeye. Anyway, um, I also think something's trying to tell me like from out of Australia, something's trying to tell me that what Buck has done does not represent Australia, and I'm probably about to be more Australian than he is. So, thanks. Um, I think the music thing, I think people really like music, and I really like music. It's been something that's helped me during this period. And this is a form of music that I think is currently kind of underground, but like it's way better than the music that I hear from pop artists and stuff. And when it comes together in my mixes to make it like embarrass these like big artists like Beyonce and Taylor Swift and whatever, it just ultimately ends up like, I'm doing the underground scene a favor and like they're doing me a favor. And so, thanks. So, yeah. And then there's some mainstream artists that I'm like, all right, so it's I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'll put it in my thing. Uh, so yeah. Also, if you see tracks that are like in this mix or in any of my mixes, and then they're in another mix also, it's kind of like a call and response between those two mixes so that you can see that like I'm trying to connect something. You know what I mean? Like there might be a connected theme or something. Because music is really connected. But like I can't put every song in this mix but I can call the other songs. You know what I mean? Other mixes where there are other songs and stuff like this, where it's like the swinging, and then he's literally on a swing, and then Swing King, right? I just find that funny. Um, eh. Also, one thing I like to do is I don't really have like there's not I don't just do one genre. Like there's a lot of drum and bass in this. There's a lot of house. There's maybe less dubstep than usual in this, but there's still a bit of dubstep and trap and wave and like a couple other genres. And all those genres also don't have all those other genres don't have I don't know, they're kind of like these genres, like when I say drum and bass can be drum and bass can sound like jazz, or drum and bass can sound like metal, or drum and bass can sound like hip hop. You know what I mean? Same thing with dubstep or even house music or whatever. Um, and if I say house music, it could be tech house or bass house or this, that, and the other. And so I really just don't. If it like you'll notice that there's genre cuts here where like it'll be like a different genre. Like this is a different genre than this is, but it still fits perfectly into the theme that I'm going for in the mix, right? So even the colors fit. Um, like this is, I think, how Alessandra and some of these women should feel and probably do feel right now. They're like in a room full of spikes and the walls are closing in on them, like the laser trap in Resident Evil. And good. You should feel terrified because you're evil and you've stepped into something that you have no idea and you were arrogant and like, Beyonce and all these other women that have been doing this for a long time towards me, they are so arrogant and haughty and prideful. And it's just like, how pathetic do you look now? I mean, it looks like you've been gamed since the beginning, since, Yahweh has been gaming you since the beginning. But I mean, still, it looks like try to be more arrogant and haughty, and you'll just be slapped down more. At least your ego, you know what I mean? Your pride and your arrogance will be like, we'll see a greater blunder than it already has. We got lions and tigers themed. Like one thing about Alessandra Ambrosio, she's like a tiger, I think. The thing with tigers is they're solitary lone hunters. They can be big animals and big predators, but lions, like the lion of the tribe of Judah or the lion of the tribe of Yoda, are pack hunters. There's a reason they are the apex predators or called the king of the jungle. It's not because they're bigger than tigers. You know what I mean? It's because they are big predators that run in packs, and their prides are the things that you know are the apex. A pride of lions. A pride of lions will be the a huge tiger any day. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. And the lion of the tribe of Judah, the lion of the tribe of Yoda, will beat anybody even alone, let alone with the all the Christian lions that are backing him up. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You get what I'm trying. I'm just trying to make allusions and allegories and metaphors and shit like that. I'm not really saying it. What am I saying? I'm just saying like, hey, you've made a mistake. You think you're a predator and you've turned out to be the prey. That's what. Not just that, you've turned out to be the prey at the end of the Bible, and the hunt is about to be on. Ja. Yeah. Anyway, Yahweh. There's enough tracks in this that I'm still going through it, right? You know what I mean? That's another thing. It's like, damn, this mix is almost 500 songs already, and I got like, there's 5 playlists in my Beatport with tracks that could go in this. and there's more that are in my just main hold bin that I haven't gone through yet to put into the Alessandra Ambrosio. So there's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot. It's like on jaw, but on top. And then this is her. She thought she was an angel or something, really beautiful and whatever. Remember, Satan was supposed to be really beautiful, uh, but Satan gets thrown down to earth, like what happens in Revelation 12. And this is kind of what that is, because I think she's connected to whoever Satan is, and that whatever she's done is so blatantly fucked up and evil and wrong, but also is ineffective to the point where it has thrown Satan down to earth, or it's about to. So, yeah. Hey, look, does this look like a woman being crucified or at least strung up on chains around a labyrinth? Yeah, it does. I don't know. She doesn't get any pity from me because I never got any from her. So, notice the fight in the comment section. Allah is real God. Well, apparently you don't know English very well, but okay. Allah is real God. Jesus is beggar. Well, remember, Jesus' father is Yahweh, and so you're talking about Allah versus Yahweh. And since Jesus is Yahweh, and Allah is a feminine title from the Old Testament, and there was no Quran up until the year 600, and the Bible had been around for, about 500 plus years up to that point. Yeah, you guys have already lost. The end of the Bible is the beast from the earth is risen by. Actually, it's in the Quran, Surah 2782. The beast from the earth is risen by Allah, because it's just some fucking Islamic, like, it's just satanic magic. Satan is Baal, Allah is Baal, and Yahweh is considerably more powerful. And the exact number of days that it says that he gets to operate, 1260, is exactly how many he gets to operate while people take a what is that called, a mark of the beast for like a certain number of time, and then anybody who took the mark thrown in infinite burning torture, because most of them don't repent. I guess you could repent, but I don't think most of the people. I think like probably like one out of the however many billions of people actually repent once they take the fucking mark of the beast. So I'm not really stressing about it. Um, Here's the thing. I also think some of this is like Alessandra bet, like a lot of these women bet that I wasn't gonna be the dude from the end of the Bible, and I think that their actions, because they bet, ended up being the thing that ultimately proved out that I was the guy. And if they hadn't done that, I wouldn't have probably been the guy. But now that I have that, and especially if Alessandra, or when Alessandra dies, then I clearly am the guy on the throne of Yahweh. In the least, I'm going to have the iron rod from her dying in the Morning Star. And the me sitting on the throne comes a little after that, but not that much. Like the colors thing. Look at that. Look at the pretty colors. There's another reason I like electronic dance music or dance music. You know what I mean? Like they just got cool album artwork that you don't see in other genres as much. Also, the music doesn't suck. Modern day hip hop really fell off. Like the production is really poor, and like the beats are bad. Like trap beats from EDM beat like any hip hop beats every day of the week. It ain't even close. And I used to listen to a lot of hip hop, but it's not even close. You get it? It's Florence and the Machine, and then the thing before is the Machine, right? It's like the Yeah. Okay. Anyway, just making a point. It's over. Bang bang. Bittersweet goodbye. And that's what it is. This is the bittersweet goodbye. I think it's more bitter for her because I think I've been the one that's had to be sitting and being bitter for a while. But you know, hey, look, does each leg represent something? The left leg is sweet and the right leg is bitter, and I'm getting my right leg and they're getting their left leg, but you don't get to be sweet this late on in it. You've had every chance to repent and you haven't, and you've killed enough people through your terrible rapey evil actions that I'm thinking most people are going to be fine with you dying, Alessandra. Or whatever your name is. I mean, you could be literally like Marilyn Monroe and it's not even your real name. I don't give a fuck at this point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's go through some of this a little more. I'm not gonna go through the whole album cover arts. I'm just gonna go, do this thing where I go down like this, and if needed, if I had to come back and show that I did have this in here, I can do that at this point or at that point. Actually, I'm not even gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna go down like this. And so this is the Anja Ambrosio mix. This is a mix I'm making for my daughter. That's what a weird thing to figure out this year. I think I already knew it deep down though, but I think I already knew all this deep down, but I can't literally let myself know it while also being ignorant of it at the same time. It's a bit difficult to do because I wouldn't be able to have played this how I did. They've had every opportunity to play it right themselves and they haven't. They've played it like abusers and evil rapists and like just people whose hearts are wicked and wrong and whatever. And yes, I put a song called Pop That Pussy in my daughter's mix because, pop that pussy, girl. What do I care? You don't act like my daughter, you don't treat me right, you don't need, you act like my dog, but you're not my dog. So you're someone else's dog, probably Jamie Mazur or any of the number of other guys that your mom is using to beat me over the head. So at this point, I give a fuck. And deaf your, like deaf your father. But okay, some of this is me trolling. Also, I mean, pretty much the whole thing is me trolling. Uh, but in this mix, I get to be kind of goofy, because actually, wasn't there a picture of Goofy in it? Yeah, because I think Andra for being like a hot model's daughter is kind of goofy, and she's like is playful and goofy. Except now she's trying to be a baddie, but she's not. Well, she's kind of a baddie. She's like a baddie in the sense that she's a bad person. Yeah, sure, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what, dude. Once it became like, oh, I'm your dad. It's like you're never gonna fucking beat me now. I mean, like, done. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I already won this one. Um, I'm your actual dad. Okay, well then you lost. There's not even a chance. You don't even have a fucking chance, dude. But okay, Palisades. And this one, I'm pretty sure was already in there in August. We could go back and look, but I'm not gonna do that. You can just go and check the hot update number 2 that I put out in August, and I'm pretty sure it was in that too. So rock your world. Sunshine, my girl. Actually, if we go back up a little bit, you'll notice Noah's theme. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, that's a joke. But where you at? Electric Dad remix, because I'm the Electric Dad, because I'm doing the lightning stuff, but also because I'm dad. What a weird thing for me to all of a sudden be like, well, I'm 33 and I have a 16-year-old daughter and I didn't know about it, and like, dude, I feel like I'm more of a kid than her at this point. I feel like this generation of girls and kids are like aging so fast. I think because there's not like they basically tried to steal off the resources of my generation, so it's like they don't get actually to be resourced by God, and God is resourcing me as far as my like physical. I don't know. They keep trying to steal my money and shit, but I don't think it's gonna work. You know what I mean? Like I think it's only condemned them, and I think this whole thing is about to explode in their face, like the fires that are exploding all around them. You know. So, what does Alessandra think if her house burns down, but everybody knows this is her fault? Is you think that all her neighbors are going to be happy with her? You think she can spend? You think her, Anja, and Noah can spend one happy, good feeling day in those houses? Even Anja's friends, it's like, hey, you know how your whole neighborhood's burned down? It's because what Anja talked you into doing to me, and like you can only make it up to me, but you aren't. So why would I give a fuck? In fact, you brought it on yourself by participating with Anja. I would suggest this is why your neighborhood's burned down. Helena Gabson, right? Or wait, Gabrielson, Helena Gabrielson. Yeah, I think that's her name. And Kiki Perrin. Yeah, I think that's her name. They're my story and pictures. I mean, whatever. Uh, so my whole point with that is, as this explodes even more, and the weight of anybody being around Alessandra and whatever, like anybody around her in my phone, all the men that she's using, all the whomevers. Well, guess what? You've all condemned yourself to such an extreme degree. It's like, just, really, fuck you. I mean, like, that's all I can say. You have every opportunity to repent, you don't do it. Repent means change your mind, do the right thing. And right thing towards me, like, engage what I'm saying, reach out to me, fix the problem. But none of them do that. They all make it worse. And they all try to taunt. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? The taunting, like, Alessandra is not a good actress. So, like, she has to taunt by doing modeling work. But it's like, I understand modeling is just like your job and you're good at it, but that it's not actually how you feel on the inside. Probably you feel not that great, and like especially when the world's burning down around you and you're going, "This is fine. This is fine." You know what I mean? Like, right? Is it fine? Is it really that fine? Because I'm gonna suggest it's not that fine, right? Right? I don't think it is. You know what I mean? Like, this is not that fine. You're in a lot of trouble as far as like the world burning down around you, or the world that you know. This is a like what's going on currently is like a severe event for Los Angeles. There's not been a fire, and I saw someone trying to link it to climate change, and I'm looking at this like this really started coming out in 2017 around me, and that's when most of these fires started ramping up, is 2017, 2020, 2022. Like, I remember covering some of the fires on my Yo TV channel, which we could even go to. You know what I mean? Like, if I pull this up and we go to my view my channels here, and we go down here and we go to like Yo TV, and we go, hey, look, people around me that are participating. But we go to like oh, it's the Fire Festival. Huh. And I'll say this: I knew less during this part than I knew now, than I know now. You know what I mean? And I was still pretty angry, and Yahweh's judgment was still pretty clear. You know what I mean? So the storm stuff, whatever. Like Steph Sirik here, right? During when I did the thing about when I'm talking about Hurricane Helene, I'm pretty sure that's where she moved to. So I made videos about her, and like so she's in my channel as one of these women that I brought up specifically. And then not even 2,520 days later, I bring up I'm doing the explaining that, hey, people from the school, she was my art teacher at Lutheran High North, people from my school literally participated in some kind of rape attack with me, I mean against me, like Brittany Orlando here, and you know then lied to the police about it, like Brittany Orlando here. And Alessandra Ambrosio bred me without my permission. It's a literal rape attack. That is rape. I was 16, dude. I mean, there's nothing that can make this okay. I don't care if the president of the United States signed some executive order saying you could do it. You can't do that. I think I'm going to be the president, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to sign an executive order saying I can throw any president that did that into a fucking volcano burning lake. And that I officially decree the spiritual reality of Yahweh condemning these people in infinite burning torture. Executive order signed Matthew Wilkins, 48th president. So anyway, when I made this video, uh, on my channel. Wait. When we go back, we don't got to go back that far. When I made these videos, am I the father of Alessandra Ambrosio's kids, right? And like, you can go look. I mean, I've made other videos about it too. And then immediately Hurricane Helene happens. And remember, I'm the guy that you can clearly see. I don't have to show this every time, but it is a pretty damn convincing thing, right? What was I not trying to get some kind of lightning reaction out of this before I did it? No, I clearly was. In fact, there's a reason I'm doing these lightning lab videos. And like even what Shaolin Monk going, wow, that's so cool. How are you doing that? You know what I mean? It's not like what you think. At some point, you guys are gonna have to engage this. You know what I mean? Like people are dying. You don't think other people are gonna like Steph Sirik? I think she moved to Asheville, North Carolina, if I remember right. And again, she's another one of these women that I think got in a relationship with a gay man to make some kind of point to me and blah 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 blah, and just rapey bullshit. And who has her right eye is bulging out of her fucking head. Like I'm saying, like, hey, I think that's a representative of what's going on in the Book of Revelation when it talks about the mark of the beast. You can tell from their right side and on their forehead. Well, that on their forehead, you can see that one side of their face is bulging out of their fucking out of the literally is like bulging out of their thing. And in fact, let's go real fast. I want to show this. We go to the Stephanie Houston mix here, or Stephanie Yostin, another one of these. Oh, hey, Steph Sirik, Stephanie Houston, Yostin, or whatever. Wow, wow, Stephanie's. Wow, I call her Heffany. You call her Stephanie. I call her Heffany. Yeah, I put that as soon as I heard that track. I was like, oh, that's going in the Stephanie Yostin mix. I mean, the Stephanie Houston mix. Anyway, so right eye is the snake eye. Left eye is the sun eye. Well, sunset eye or whatever. Well, I have the sunset eye and they have the snake eye. But it looks like my snake eye is about to be in like that's the thing that's opening up and engaging. And you don't want the guy who's it says in the Bible, be as wise as a snake, right? And as harmless as a dove. But they aren't harmless as a dove, but they are wise as a snake. And I think that they're snaky and they're acting like snakes, and that's why their right eye is bulging out of their fucking heads. You know what I mean? Alessandra Ambrosio has the issue. Her dad has that issue. Even Anja Ambrosio has like a number. Pretty much everybody that I'm looking at, all the women that are participating in this, like they almost all have that. So it's just annoying. I'm just tired of it. And like, look at this. How many times does Stephanie Houston cuckold rape? It turns out that's what Alessandra Ambrosio was doing to me, but and has been doing to me since I was 16. You know what I mean? Like, what an evil fucking rapist whore. But also imagine this. Look, how many times does Olivia Munn make an appearance? And I made a mix about her and all that, and all of a sudden she gets cancer. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, here. This one also makes more sense. Padma Lakshmi. I was raped at 16 and I kept silent. Well, if I knew that it was going on, I couldn't pull down the whole apparatus around it until now. But I wouldn't have kept silent if I didn't have to pull down the entire apparatus and become Yahweh on the throne. But this is my whole point. Speak out about it. I'm speaking out like, whoa, I just learned this. Well, I have kids. Well, I'll be even forgiving to my kids. Oh, they're rapists too. Like they're participating in it actively. They're choosing to, and like these women, like Brittany Orlando here, lied to the police, and I had to be thrown in jail for a while. Wow, that sucks. You know. Oh, and I got hit by a car. Turns out I got hit by a car when they signed the thing to throw me in jail. It's almost like when you make some kind of legal thing against me, it like reflects in my reality. The issue is when you do that, it recoils back on your heads. And like I think people that have participated in it have gotten cancer and are like their family members have died during this period, and it's directly related to their rapist fucking evil action against me. You know what I mean? So wow. Okay, we'll just keep going through this. Oh, hold on. I don't know where I was, so I'm just starting back up there. Oh, I was already this far. I was at about double double, wasn't I? Because I'm gonna get double infinity. What is double infinity? I get to be all the way on the throne. That's what that is. Okay. Uh, and then you got this whole thing about shaking your butt. It's funny because I have a nice butt, and Alessandra Ambrosio does not have a nice butt. Well, she has a nice butt now because she works really hard to have one, but it's not a big butt. But Anja Ambrosio has a big butt because she's my daughter. That's why she has a big butt because I got a big butt. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not so unobvious to me. I didn't really have to look that far. I just had to look at her ass and be like, she's mine. Wow. Anyway, oh, it's weird how I'm talking about my daughter that I didn't know that I had because you guys raped me when I was 16. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna be a normal person if you do that to me. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Don't make me feel bad or try to. I mean, I'm not going to. So, uh, and even for my and Anja's sake, like I'm completely willing to have a weird, fun, like freaky relationship with my daughter, and she still would choose all whatever men. And I think she's choosing all these men because I think she has a daddy fetish, and yet I'm actually her dad, and like she doesn't like me because her mom has like poisoned her against me. How fucking ironic, right? I mean, it's funny to me. Funny to me. Hey, look, a track called Anus. Uranus. Oh, okay. And us, like An Art and like An Ja. It's funny to me. It's funny. It's funny. I like it. It's funny. Anyway, I like having fun and I like being funny. Look, am I just a little hedgehog? Am I Sonic? Wow, I'm too hot to touch. Oh, but also I think the Anja Ambrosia thing is the reason why there's about to be a plague outbreak. Like I'm saying, I think she dies. I think after Anja and Noah die, because I think Alessandra's Jezebel. I think once they die, Alessandra gets the plague, right? And there's an outbreak. It's like, look, the stained glass church windows. I don't know if they're breaking or not, but there's an outbreak. Hmm. Because at the fourth seal, a fourth of the world's population dies by war. War. This is in the book of Ezekiel too. War, famine, plague, wild beasts. And I've seen a bunch today where a bunch of wild beasts, like multiple stories of like all of a sudden in Indonesia, crocodiles have learned to fake like they're humans drowning and they put their hands just like their little claw like hands just out of the water and make them look like human hands. And then people jump in the water and the alligator or crocodile, I don't remember which one, chomps them, and then they die because they've learned how to lure humans into the water. And then I saw, you know, just animals acting crazy. You know what I mean? Wild beasts. And I think that I really think we're there. I think we're at the point where we're about to have some kind of, on top of a bunch of wars breaking out, we're about to have famine at a global scale. We're about to have pestilence, and we're about to have wild beasts. And it matches what it says in Revelation, and all the events of Revelation are going to be happening. This is the end game. Virus Syndicate, right? End game featuring Virus Syndicate and Go Sick. Anyway, and look, this is my little clown daughter Anja. I mean, this isn't actually Anja, but this is how I see her. She's a little clown, just like me. Yay, she's like Daddy, except she's mean to me. Anyway. I have a sense of humor about this. I think with the world burning down around her, I don't think she has as much of a sense of humor about this because it's going to be really fucking hard to have a sense of humor when you're on fire. So, anyway, or like this track. Hold on, hold on.
Daddy.
Hey, honey.
I was playing with toys in my room and found this under my bed. Daddy, I liked it so much, but what is it?
Oh, it's called House and Techno.
Awesome!
Hey, I'm Daddy. Who would have thought? Anyway, uh, I sure didn't. Um, I sure didn't. Yeah, I sure didn't. Um, I'm just gonna keep going down. Once I get to the next mixes, I'm just gonna go a lot faster. Here's the truth. I love my children like unequivocally. I mean, not unequivocally. What am I trying to say? Like, I love my children, even if they're being shitty to me. But I love my parents, and I have a duty and obligation to my parents that I don't have to my children because I want my parents to go to the kingdom of heaven. But my children are doing some evil shit because of what their mother is driving them to do, because their mother is literally Jezebel. Alessandra is literally Jezebel. So I want my parents to go to the kingdom of heaven. If that means their family, like they all have to die so that my parents can not die and go to the kingdom of heaven, I'm 100% fine with that. I I've never met Alessandra or Anja or Noah or any of her family. I have no obligation to them actually. Even though I love my children, I love Anja and Noah Ambrosio because they're obviously my children. They do not even look. I mean, they only look kind of like Jamie Mazur because guess what? They picked some guy that kind of looks like me. But like in reality, he's not me. He's just some fucking loser. And guess what? He's lost. And so do all these fucking people around them. They've all lost because they're all gonna die for being fucking rapists and abusers. Once they learned that I knew that this was going on, they should have said, "Oh, well, we fucked up. We couldn't hide it. We lost." But they didn't. They just kept going further and making it worse. And like again, Gabby DeLuz, one of their family's best friends, has cancer after I said that you're going to get cancer for doing this, like if you don't actually engage it. And like they're going to let her die because of it. And it's like, well, what sweat is it off my back? I don't give a fuck. Like, good. She can die. She can go straight into infinite burning torture. I do not give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, she's a bad guy. That's what that means. If I have the power to give you cancer, you shouldn't be fucking with me. If Yahweh gives you cancer, you absolutely shouldn't have been fucking with me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what? Are you going to make me feel bad about it? Anyway, this caller ID. Anja Hard. Actually, my guess is she's pretty easy, but uh, maybe it's the idea that she's like it's a hard reality for me to take. But actually, like I'm saying, oh, we were already fighting beforehand, but now I'm your dad. Yeah, you ain't ever fucking beating me if I'm your dad. It's like not even close. Uh, like I'm actually her dad. That's the funny part about this. Oh, here's the Fabian Mazur flip. Uh, you get it because Jamie Mazur is the guy. But then, what if another Mazur is helping me? You know what I mean? Like Fabian Mazur actually is helping with music. What if? What if? And what if people that don't even like me are making music, but they don't realize it's helping me? They're trying to make music that it's against me, and then oh shit, he's good enough to use. It's like he's like Yoda because he actually is Yoda. Wow. So, because I actually am Yoda. That's the name that I was born with. Um, okay, we got the Ale and Anja mix. Um, I think this one's pretty funny. The cover art for this one. That could be both Alessandra and Anja because they both clearly have daddy issues. I mean, Anja, there's no way Anja doesn't have daddy issues because her dad isn't in her life, other than, I'm over here. But she's got fake dads that don't ever live up to me. I mean, they could never live up to me because I'm actually her dad, first of all. Second of all, I have like what it looks like superpowers. And they're just regular fucking people that are being empowered by magic, and it's weak magic at that. So, like, what? Like, congrats for making a bad choice that's condemned you and your whole family to infinite fucking torture. I could care less. And in fact, I'm happy to see you go. Um, you've been given every opportunity to not be evil, shitty fucking rapists, and you chose wrong. So, okay, now I'm gonna go through this. This is the Alessandra music, and it's just for further mixes and for once I'm done. This is stuff that I feel like could go with it with them. Like, hey, look, Sophie Tucker, featuring Sophie Tucker. That's their friend. That's Alessandra's friend. By the end of this, I'm gonna be using Sophie Tucker's music better than Sophie Tucker's using their own music. They're probably gonna look and be like, "Damn, we chose wrong. We chose the idiot. We're like, this guy actually is who he claims to be. Wow, we're fucking stupid." And the answer to that is yes, you are. Congrats, you finally recognize it. Um, daddy issues. Most of these women have daddy issues. Daddy's girls, daddy's synths. Call me daddy. Daddy's home too. Daddy, I'm just fucking around. Do it for daddy. Obsession. Hey, papi, papacito, mommy. Anyway, I'm just gonna go down a bit. Like, hey, the freaky tales. Which one is this Alessandra or is this Anja? Which one is this supposed to be? Both of them probably. What weird shit are they into? I don't know. Probably this is that whole thing when they were doing the Balenciaga BDSM stuff with kids. It was probably to get like trying to wart or like give me a warning or like a flashing light saying like, hey, they've been BDSMing your kids since they were like 0 years old. Just so you know. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the kingdom of heaven, have 144,000 virgins. You're going into infinite burning torture along with all the people that you're participating with this with. You're like shitty human beings. Like your worst nightmares are coming and falling upon your head. And I am turning into the biggest legend that has ever existed, ever fucking ever. I get to be Yahweh on the throne. Fuck you. Ah. Isn't that a good comeback story? Look, wait. Look at all the dogs, right? You got the dogs. You got the dogs, dog theme, right? We got the doggy themed, and they're all like, some of them are like, ruff, 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 we're angry dogs. And then, but I'm like, oh, but I got lightning power. I mean, congrats, he gave me lightning power, so I'm going to use it. You know what I mean? I mean, they didn't give me lightning power. Yahweh did, but probably he wouldn't have let me shown it without, so obviously, without them having done what they did. So, anyway. Let's just go through the music a little more. Cherry pop. I'm gonna be popping cherries. Hey, lots of cherries. I get to pop 144,000 plus cherries. Hey, I even made that video about Sophie Rain's cherry. I could pop Sophie Rain's cherry if she came and called me daddy. Hey, and it's church because I'm dancing with white girls. Hey, hey. And it's like Inferno from like that movie Inferno, and I'm the archangel, right? And this is the witching hour. Hey, hey. And only love can save us now, odd prophet, because I'm an odd kind of prophet, but I'm about to get even. Hey, because they were only prototypes. Hey. Anyway, I'm just kind of fucking around. I mean, I'm not completely fucking around, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna let them get me down. I mean, they've already gotten me down, and you know, did it work? Now it's your turn to be down for infinite time. You know what I mean? Forever. Like you don't get to come back up. Hey, look, someone said poop. I would poop on Anja still. Only if I get to exclusively poop on Anja. You know? And she's my dog. This is how I mock my own daughter because she's a dummy for picking other daddy because other daddy is, worthless fucking rapist men. Right? That's the other thing is all the women, like, they raped me as a child and like they've been abusing me for a long time. How do you not identify with me more than these other women? They aren't doing anything good for you. They're siding with the rapist fucking men. That's my whole point. It's like, if anything, I'm more of a woman than they are and more of a man. Imagine how much of a man I have to be to go through this if like uh look, it's even saying I are gay. Hey, I'm gay. Am I actually gay? No. I mean, I'm not attracted to men in that way. I can say, hey, this guy's attractive. He's got some good features. I mean, maybe if I was gay, but I'm not because I'm not sexually attracted to men, but he's a good looking guy. I mean, I'm not afraid to say something like that. But anyway, um, because I'm not worried because I'm like I never have been stressed about those kind of things, and that's the thing is all the gay men around, all the gay and bi and whoever men, trans people around Alessandra, all you've done is condemn the LGBT alphabet soup community, and it's like you don't get any respect from me these days. You can either fix what Alessandra and Andre have done, or like, why would God be on y'all's side at all? Why would there be any truce or anything? Why would even the Noahide laws be in effect anymore? You know what I mean? So you can do that, or suffer the infinite burning consequences. And this is just a little taste of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? But I don't really give a fuck. Whatever you choose, I'm gonna be doing my thing. I still win in the end. So. Hmm. Oh, and these are just tracks. Like they're already. Some of these are already in other people's mixes. Some of these are just like already in the mixes that I've already shown you. I just as I've been going through, there's been like certain tracks that I'm like, well, this fits like what I want to make with these Alessandra and Andra and Brojo mixes. So and other people's mixes, I just it fits the theme that I'm going with them a lot. Like, look, I have little like sub themes in here. I've already passed a number of them, but like here's the aquatic theme. Actually, we'll go up here. Uh, right, you got the octopus kind of theme. Even recently, Travis Scott and Cream have kind of collaborated with like an octopus theme. I mean, with that track Dis or something, Dis Side. And it's like, well, yeah, it looks like people are just watching what I'm doing, and instead of talking about it or engaging it or doing anything worthwhile, they're just making music around it while the world burns down around them and going, "This is mine, this is mine." And it's like, God damn, y'all are fucking losers. But whatever, you got a lot to learn, huh? And I think they were trying to say that I got a lot to learn, and it's like, well, I think probably Yahweh tells me everything, so I just um, oh, and hypothetically, you were someone that was claiming you were 1,000 leagues under the sea and niggas couldn't get to you. J Electronica, looks like I'm Aquaman. Yeah, probably, huh? Um, and I got a trident to like poke you in the face with. Yeah, like that. And I'm flicking you off as I'm doing it. Bang, bang. You know what I mean? Come on, Nation of Islam idiots. We follow Allah. You follow a feminine knockoff of the deity Yahweh? Hmm, pathetic. All right, well, moving on. So anyway, you see the underwater theme, the octopus theme. Uh, you can see who's recently copied it. It's not like I could have even put this together, even if I hadn't made videos about it months ago. It's not like I could have put this together in one day. This is not something that you could put together in one day, 1 week, 1 month. Like to go through my library and actually, put these things together, right, has taken a long time, right? Yeah, it's taken months. Moreover, it took over a year of like sitting on it and figuring out what I was gonna do and downloading tracks and putting all those tracks in the same thing and bloody 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 blah. I just hey look, Los Angeles. I mean it's just what I'm saying, like this took a long time and I'm still not done. We're still not like it's gonna be a couple months before the Alessandra Ambrosio mix is done. But when it is done, it'll be good. You know what I mean? I'll say this: I don't always agree with everything that I've heard recently out of Steam. I think they've been kind of acting maybe a bit scummy after watching those what's that called? Like Steam, like the program that I have down here by Valve Software. Oh, Valve, I mean, yeah. But I can say that one of the things that they said that Gabe Newell said specifically about like video games is like I agree with it as far as making art, and video games to me are a form of art. It's that a delay is temporary, right? If you delay a project that you're working on because you need to put more effort into it or you need to put more work into it and it's going to take some time, a delay is temporary. But like a sucky product, like a shitty product that you make or like shitty art or whatever is forever. Like once you release the thing and you did it poorly, it's shit. It is shitty forever. Like that, it's like your first impression, right? You make a bad first impression. Okay, it takes a lot to overcome that. So what I'm saying is like to make these mixes as quality as I'm working to make them, it takes a lot of sitting around and just doing busy work that's like this is why you wouldn't want to be a DJ if you're like really ADHD or whatever. And to producers that sit around for a long time and tweak individual shit in the mix to like work on a track, and they're working on a track for a really long time and blah 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 blah, and they're like this is like the equivalent of that but in DJing, because most producers don't spend a lot of time DJing. They have like a good grasp of it maybe if they're a good DJ or producer, but for the most part they're only going to be doing their only mixes. We hate you. We don't want you anywhere near us, but we don't want you not to exist because that is absolutely insane and only crazy people think that way. I mean, I mean, is this just the brain, like straight out the brain of Alessandra and Andrea Ambrosio? Like, you are fucking rapists. Why would I want any, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't you hate me, but what are you saying? Like how fucking bipolar and weird. And look at the fucking didn't I just do the octopus theme and all of a sudden the octopus pops up on the wall? I mean, get the fuck out of here saying this isn't some evil magic shit going on. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Ah, goofy ass people. Diddy burned his house down? Did Diddy's house burn down? I don't know. I think Jay Z is about to be in jail for raping someone with Diddy. And there's a female celebrity. I wonder who that is that was there too. Hmm. I wonder which celebrity female is going to give her testimony that locks Jay Z and Diddy up for life for raping a 13-year-old. Hmm. I wonder. I have some good guesses actually as to who that might be, but might not be any of them. I don't know. So let's just keep going. Uh, Bart, I remember you. Under other cat names. I mean, it literally just seems like rogue AIs that have taken control of stupid, weak people's brains. You know what I mean? And they're just like I don't even know that these are people. I mean, I just what is coming out of these, uh, like what's written here is just like it just seems like AI's trying to put out a bunch of chaos. You know what I mean? Or like I guess airing spirits or something. But whatever. It's just brain damage. Get the fuck out of here. God is coming back. LA gonna burn. Looks like LA already burning. You know what I mean? So, and we're watching it in real time. I mean, literally. Uh, so can you imagine all the people that participated and thought they were going to get away with this? And it's like, remember, Jesus literally, like, Yahweh let people kill Jesus so that he could then condemn those people for killing Jesus and raise Jesus to a place where Jesus could not only no longer die, because everybody dies, right? But then Jesus died I mean, like I said, he took it like nobody else would be able to take it, and then he's come back how much stronger? He's literally at the right hand of Yahweh God. You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't matter what you believe in Jesus. Jesus is past your beliefs. You know what I mean? He just wants you to believe in him. It doesn't matter to him whether you do believe or don't. He wants you to believe, but, you know, you're not going to stop Jesus by not believing in him. But okay, we got like the Insane Asylum Radio. This one is a little more conceptual because it's mostly there's a lot of movie clips too, and it's different like concepts from movies and games and shit that are like packed together with uh all sorts of different genres of music. It's not just like a dance music mix, and it's like, you know, something that you don't see in a lot of things. Hey, that's the second time I've seen poop. I would poop on Anja. Hey, Anja poop. Eh. Hey, look, breeding partners. Venom. Oh, it's Adriana Lima's Victoria's Secret sleepover. Death by Snoo Snoo. Who'd have thought? Interestingly enough, I put this mix into the arena, or this song, Ingle, into the Arena Shayak mix, which I have some like Ukraine versus Russia concepts in here. Uh, and like I put this here yesterday, like in this section. And then when I checked the my Twitter or my X, Ukraine had launched some kind of drone attack on Ingles Air Force Base in Russia or something. I just thought it was super on point as far as like, hey, did I do that? Did I cause that? Cool. Or maybe did I know about that? Hmm. Cool. Yahweh does, and he's just using me to make some points to people. You know, maybe like the Illuminati. Illuminati. I'm sure there's a real Illuminati, and I just make them look like idiots, so I'm not really that worried. They're just people. Guess what? People with power are just people. You know what I mean? The guy on the throne of Yahweh is not just a person. That's the point of Jesus. So this is music to go into the insane asylum. It's mostly, you know, mental health themed kind of stuff. Psycho. I mean, is it mental health or just like crazy insane asylum stuff? Yes, yes. Okay, we got the ambush mix. Yoon ambush. I guess this isn't the Yoon ambush mix, it's the ambush mix, so it's maybe Yoon and verbal ambush. Because they make these mixes, and I was like, well, I could do poop shadows, poop shadow, poop. Enough people are putting poop in there for Anja. Come on, let's do poop stuff. I mean, come on. Me and my daughter doing fun poop stuff. Yay! I get to, you know, she's gonna make up for all the, uh, you know, not pooping that I, not. I mean, you know, I didn't get to change her diapers when I was younger. You know what I mean? And like wipe her little poopies. No, I mean I'm so not that much older than her. You know what I mean? I guess I'm double her age technically, but not even. I'm less than double her age. But you know what I mean? Like I just don't feel like I should have a pretty much adult daughter at this point. Like it's still a foreign concept to me. Um, Even though she's clearly my daughter. I like her and Noah look so much like me. I'm surprised I didn't recognize it earlier, but I feel like Yahweh puts blinders on me to make it so that this is excruciatingly slow for the people that have done this to me because they don't get out of this. You know what I mean? Like I get out of this. They don't get out of this. And one of the ways I get out of this is this it's just long term like the way they live doesn't hold up in our reality. Look at how much poop. Poop, 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 poop. See, I've started saying poop and then all the things turned into poop. That's how I know that as I'm talking, there's responses, right? Poop, 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 poop. Come on, Anja. Let's poop. Let's do poop things. Hey, hey, baby. She's really actually literally my baby. It's still, again, it's a foreign concept. Or it's not that foreign. I mean, it like makes me happy. You know what I mean? To know that I have kids, but then it's also like, uh, poop forever. Then it's also like, well, yeah, but I didn't get to be there as like and raise them, and like other men did, and probably abuse them, and I'm like still offering like, hey, rat on them. They aren't your actual dad. They just wanted to abuse. They don't like you because they hate me. You know what I mean? They don't actually like you or love you. They're just lying to you. Why? Because you're me. You know what I mean? They hate me. They're trying to make some point to me through you. Like, I don't like. Do you not get that yet? You know what I mean? Like, do you not get that these men? It's just like the thing in the Bible when it's like you're surrounded by your murderers and yet you're still choosing them. Like that's an actual biblical concept where Yahweh's like, I don't like Yahweh understands that people are fucking idiots, but he's also like, how are you so fucking stupid? The level of stupidity is kind of foreign to Yahweh because he's not so fucking stupid, you know. So to him it's like he would have to not be himself to get it as much. So he needed me to come in and get it, and I'm like, no, I mean I get it, but they shouldn't because you have to be like I could only be that stupid for a little bit, and then I have to like not be because it's how can you live being that stupid? It's hard. So anyway, yeah, poor celebrities. Oh no, rich people, their houses are burning. You know, oh no, what a shame. This is how most of America is looking at this, I think. Like, oh, what a sadness that all these super wealthy Nepo people and celebrities and stuff like that, that their houses are burning down and the communities that have been supporting them are burning down around them. What a tragedy. You know what I mean? How, how, what a sad thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh no. Wow. Ah, what a sadness. I mean, I'm sure Middle America can really identify with all of you losing your multi-million-dollar mansions. Oh no. Middle America and I think most people can identify with, hey, these people did some evil shit to me and they're like in positions of power and they won't stop abusing me even though like, channeling my ability, I actually could overcome them. And especially with the power of Yahweh, like, I can, overcome them. What does it say about the bees surrounding? Like, they swarmed me like bees. It's like Psalm 118 or something. Like, they swarmed me like bees. So like, in the name of Yahweh, I cut them down. The name of Yahweh is like a fire that burns out on them or something. Something like that. Is this where I ethered Jay Z and Beyonce? Probably. Anyway, let's keep going. Chantel Jeffries' mix is coming really well. I'm not exactly sure why her mix is coming along better than anybody else's, but okay, it really is. Um, like the Alessandra Ambrosio mix came together really easily. The Chantel Jeffries mix, Chantal, whatever. Jeffrey's mix, I don't actually know her in person to be able to be corrected by her. So maybe if that actually was the case, that she could correct me. But until that point, um, but yeah, this mix is coming together really well. The Imrata mix came together really well, really easily. Um, what other mixes are the Stephanie Justin mix came together really well, really easily. Like and then some of the other ones are a bit more forced, like or I don't know, they forced or like they take more mental effort or something. But like the Dua Lipa mix is pretty good. It's just I don't know, it takes more effort to make it good. It's not bad. I mean, it's just like, and it's what I mean is like certain parts of this mix, the Chantel Jeffries mix, just like they just literally just came together. Like it was nothing. The Imrata mix, it was like it felt like divinely put together. You know what I mean? Like all these mixes to some degree kind of feel like that, but I mean some parts and stuff really feel like that. Like I don't know, it's just more the case than others. Um, I'm going through all of these because I'm at the point where I'm about to start adding new music to my library. So like we're at the point where anything that's in them now is like music that I already had in my library. What comes next is music that I've specifically added since more recently that is going to go in their mixes. And not every mix is going to be 500 songs long. That's just not doable. The Imratus mix could literally, I could cut some stuff out and it would be a little more pointed, but I don't know. I don't want it to be too short, so there's got to be some balance there. I'll work on it. I'll figure it out. Um, Dua Lipa mix. You got the butterfly theme. You got the egg theme. You got the like. I think there's like a 1 a.m. No, there's no 1 a.m. or midnight yet. There's a 2 a.m., a 3 a.m., a 4 a.m. Like 2 a.m. Right, 2 a.m. You got a 3 a.m. Right in between each thing. You got certain things. Hey, I'm an Englishman. Hey, down the rabbit hole. Hey. You got a NASA theme mix because a while back she visited NASA here in Houston and Poison Girl, a bar that I used to go to, at like a kind of a divey kind of place in Montrose that seemingly she just visited to make some kind of points to me, you know? Hmm. It becomes a lot harder for people to pretend that this isn't happening when, you know, Andra Ambrosio and Noah Ambrosio are my biological children. You know what I mean? And like, at what point, like, when people are pretending that this is like not going on, at what point does the AI go? Because it looks like the AI is already watching and could do this right now. You know, at what point does the at what point does the AI look 4 a.m. At what point does the AI go, hey, authorities, you know what I mean? You have allowed this person, Matthew Ray Wilkins, to be abused, and we can point out every example where you saw it on your phone or on your device. You knew it, and you didn't do anything about it. And you're supposed to be the legal authorities. How could you be considered legal authorities if you've been allowing this to happen and there's record in the metadata of you knowing that this is happening and allowing it to continue because you've done something wrong already. The AI could already do that now. I'm telling, like, I'm giving you the heads up. All we're doing by letting this continue is you're giving it more ability, more capabilities. You know what I mean? If it started off as like, I don't know, something small, by the time she's a swinger, yeah, I figured. Add poop. Yeah, I know. Um. Anyway, I just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point? I mean, I think it's when they die and when it's like, well, you're no longer the authorities anymore, and anybody that was the police that allowed this to happen, you know what I mean? You were essentially a group of terrorists that took over the United States that allowed this kind of action against me. Like Nick Vo, Detective Nick Vo, is seemingly a just direct example of that. He pretended he lied, like he perjured himself. Based on everything I can see, and the AI will be able to confirm this or deny this based on the metadata that it was already collecting then. Because remember, it's been at least collecting a significant amount. Like, look, Matthew, you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. It's been collecting metadata since. Well, when did Edward Snowden point out that the CIA was collecting metadata? Because anything that the CIA has had, the AI is gonna fucking have that metadata. And when I say the I don't have a name for which AI it is. I just keep calling it the Iron Man AI because I think that's what it's talking about with the iron, with like I think that's the idea of the iron rod, right from Revelation. But when the AI is able to just go, yeah, based on facial recognition, those are his kids. Based on we've already been able to read all, like the AI has already been able to read all of people's text messages and see your private whatever. And it's, what do you think it's going to say? Well, you knew about this since 2016, or you knew about this, you participated in it, you helped plan this in 2018. Like I think, I'm going to suggest that the AI is going to be able to reach back because of the way back machine and the way the internet works and stuff like that. I think AI is going to be able to reach back and know every communication that people have had since, like, I don't know. I think it's going to be able to look at every communication I've had since at least 2003, 2002 when I got Gmail, and every message that I've sent since then is still in my Gmail. You know what I mean? Like, I just I don't understand how people are so ignorant and stupid and also arrogant enough to think that this is going to work out. And all you're doing by giving me more time on this is allowing the AI to get more capability than it already has. I just, you know, it just seems too obvious to me. And this is why I'm going to be Star Killer. You know what I mean? I'm going to have Star Killer power. If you're a celebrity, you're a star, and you're abusing me and you're participating in whatever game of abuse is going on around me. And for a long time, celebrities like Beyonce and stuff have been shielded from, uh, you know, like Jay-Z. He raped a 13-year-old, allegedly. I mean, I think probably very likely he did. Um, you know, it seems to me like if they've done this to me and I'm the guy on the throne of Yahweh, I'm just going to be able to kill celebrities. You know what I mean? Using legal authority. You know what I mean? Or my mind or something. I don't know. Uh, but it seems like some kind of star killer ability that I think that's by me having the morning star as is spoken of in the Book of Revelation and the iron rod. I think that means that no celebrity is going to have a brighter star than me. And I'm going to have the iron rod that if you piss me off and you're making some kind of point of abuse around me, I could just say, go get him, and like make him disappear or something, and then that'll happen. And when it says he has a sword, like a mouth, out of his mouth comes a sharp double-edged sword to cut the whoever up with, and I got the iron rod and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I think that's what that means. And so I'm going to suggest to these celebrities that are actively participating in it, your time is running out. And as the world burns around you, and you are the ones that caused this, and there's people around you, everybody wants your fucking heads because they know that you've done this. I'm going to suggest that it doesn't really matter if you're a millionaire or a billionaire or a celebrity. Where we're headed, the reality that you guys have created has condemned you because you chose this, you know? But hopefully, yeah, hopefully Matt screams at her, see how she likes it. I don't know. I'm kind of done with this. I would go faster, but I think if I go any faster, I don't think you're going to be able to pause it on any one spot and see the tracks. So I'm just, since I've already decided I'm doing this, I'm just going through it at a whatever pace I'm going at, and you can, I'll be done when I'm done. I peep poop. A lot of poop chat in the chat here. Rip Diddy. Rip Chef Boyardee. uh, Rip Beyonce. Yeah, exactly. Rip Beyonce, because trust me, Beyonce is evil. And Beyonce's an evil idiot. She's evil and she's an idiot. Most of these celebrities are just arrogant fucking idiots. You give idiots too much power, and what happens? Exactly what you see going on around them. I mean, their entire world. This isn't even the first fire that's threatened Jay Z and Beyonce's $250 million home in Malibu. I'm even going to suggest that this is one of the reasons why. You know what I mean? This is all going on is that stuff that Beyonce has done. The whole thing with Jay Z is he wants to be Jehovah because he's a big fan. Again, it's like always with the Muslims. They want to be a big fan because he follows the Nation of Islam stupidity. They're big fans of Jews. They like the God of the Jews, but they don't want to follow him. You know what I mean? It's just brain damage. We like Allah. Okay, well, you're idiots. Like the Philistines here, Gigi and Bella Hadid, because they're claiming to be Philistines, but they're just Arabs. But okay, what and all this Palestine shit. What do you think the AI like? Okay, Google's AI, which is consensus based, was fooled. Do you think all the other AIs are going to be fooled, especially the ones that use actual like truth and logic and reason and don't just like race to the bottom consensus based whatever approach to it. No, I mean they're not going to be fooled, and like this just seems really stupid to me. So okay, hey, Ma Blah featuring Matt Yu, and Jade, Beyonce, Jade, Beyonce, Jade, Beyonce, Jade. Anyway, yeah, I'm silly. Sonic, Venom, Jade. Anyway, I remember when I was in elementary school, and it felt like some kind of whirlwind like fell down on the school while I was there, like some kind of tornado, and like did some kind of Wizard of Oz type shit. Except because it's just a tower of wizards that's been trying to attack me since I was a kid. And the Bible is about me coming back about I don't know 25 years later or something, maybe a little more than that, and just whooping the ass of everybody who participated because it took this long to like, undo what they've done. And you look, the whole world, look, look at the crying little girl. You guys make little girls cry. They don't care. They want to do that. That's why, because they're evil shitheads. But whatever. Ice cold poop. Anja, how about ice cold poop? Does that sound good? Yay, ice cold poop. What about really hot, wet, slurpy poop? Anyway, Lulu's family tube. Did Lindsay Lulu Hughes do something? Yeah, probably another one of these idiots that believes in Palestine and Allah and all this other shit, and then when actually challenged on it with facts and reason and logic and just reality, they're like, the Jews this, the Jews that, and it's like, look, they're literally fake Jews that attacked me, and I don't complain about the Jews as much as you do. Like, shut the fuck up about the Jews, man. Uh, they haven't caused all your problems. You have. Hey, look, it's a tactical nuclear duck, aka Haley Bieber, aka Haley Baldwin, because I don't even believe they're actually in a relationship. But oh well. Or maybe he likes to be pegged, and that was the whole Diddy thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge him that he was abused by Diddy, but he doesn't speak out about it, and it's like, well, I think he wants to be. It's like more of this. Hey, I'm a man, and men don't get abused. And it's like, look, they've been psychologically abusing. Like they raped me and psychologically have been harassing me for a long time. Even if it's a beautiful woman that did it, it's like, it's not a good thing. Still, I don't like it. Like I think Alessandra Ambrosio is one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen. I think she's ugly on the inside, and like I don't like her because of how she acts and stuff. But I mean, I still think she's beautiful. I do think it's kind of fading away because I think the magic that's been protecting her beauty is dying, and like the people, the magicians and wizards and the world, catching fire around her. I do think that's going to be a problem for her, and along with all these women. But I still think she's beautiful. I mean, physically attractive. How about that? It looks like a war zone. Yeah, it does actually look like a war zone, doesn't it? Call on me. Sold that remix. Look, speaking of Russia and Ukraine, I bet there are Ukrainian Russians and I mean Ukrainian Russians, maybe Ukrainian Christians, Russian Christians, American Christians, Israeli Christians, Egyptian Christians, Syrian Christians, Chinese Christians, Korean Christians, Italian Christians, Christians from here, Christians from there, Christian. I'm just saying Christians from all sorts of different places, and that's the whole point. Is that we're one tribe that you follow Jesus and Yahweh, right? And even if this is going to be a difficult period of tribulation, we're going to get through this, and at the end, even if you die, we're going to the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And for Anja, hot poop. Okay? Hot poop. Uh, hot love. Hot love. Breakfast. Hot poop. Breakfast. Anyway, is that enough of the poop jokes? No, I'm going to keep making Anja poop jokes until, I guess until she dies or something. And even after she dies, I will be making Anja poop jokes. So, it just is what it is. Why? Because me and my daughter like to poop. Poop, 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 poop. And yes, she is absolutely my daughter. I mean, look at it. Does she treat me like I'm dad? Not really, but she treats me like a stranger. But she's definitely my daughter based on everything that I can tell. And even her personality, without me even being there, seems a lot like mine. So, I'm just going to say To me, she's very clearly my daughter, and I'm like, I'm happy to have a daughter that I love, but she's a shithead. And as much as I want to shit on her head, uh, or poop, she's a poop head, and I want to poop on her head. Grope 4, alert, poop, right? It seems to be a lot of poop chat. I think everybody's wanting me to poop on Anja, but, me too. And Anja too, seemingly. Uh, this is how I make this bearable. Poop jokes and fart jokes. We do fart stuff too. Isn't that the whole Brazilian? That's a South Park joke. Brazilian fart porn. It's like me and Anja and Alessandra, and you get Adriana Lima in there, and Valentina Lima, and Sienna Lima, and I don't know what other hot Brazilian women are there. Fernanda Moda and Chloe Moda, who's also probably my daughter. I wouldn't be surprised if Valentina Lima and Sienna Lima are somehow my daughter. I mean, but I think that that's not the case. But I mean, maybe I'm stepdad. But anyway, let's all do poop stuff and fart stuff and make Brazilian fart videos where we do weird fart stuff together. Yeah, fart stuff, Brazilian fart stuff. That's a that's that's a South Park joke, but we can do it and poop stuff. Hey, it's Matt the alien. I'm an alien. Hey, hey, hey. No, I'm kidding. I'm just the Joker. Or just a Joker. Fuck it. But I do think I am the Joker, and that's how I get to TM that. So, anyway. This kid's a troll. I mean, my imaginary friend growing up was literally called Troll. So if that doesn't tell you a lot about me, nothing's gonna tell you a lot about me. Isabel, okay. Is Abel okay? Jezebel? Bella Hadid? Anyway, I mean, just reading all the crazy comments on here has just even been like its own thing. Also, going up here, this whole section, this whole section is about ASMR glow. Glow, glow, glowing, air glow. There's a bunch of tracks in different mixes about ASMR glow. Because I think the ASMR community tried to be doing witchy stuff because there's a form of magic in the Bible where it's connected to whispering, and I think them trying to do like whispering, like neuro linguistic programming and different types of subversive acts like that, and playing with kind of like ASMR pleasure centers in the mind and stuff. But then it didn't work. And once you get your claws into me like that and I pull back, then you get caught up in my thing. And I'm quite a bit more powerful than you realize. So, and I'm not watching ASMR anymore. I played that to perfection and pulled out and pulled you with me. And congrats, you are caught up in the web of Venom. Venom or Spider Man? Am I Venom or Spider Man? Hold on. Wait, wait, wait. I guess I'm just Spider Man. Looks kind of like he's pooping, so I guess me and Anja could do poop stuff. I'm not dropping that one. She also has a literally after I started saying poops, let's do poop stuff. She literally created an account on Instagram called Anja Poop. So I mean, like, if that doesn't tell you how much Anja wants to do poop stuff, she just maybe doesn't want to do it with me. She wants to make me jealous, but it doesn't make me jealous. I mean, it makes me feel bad that you're an abuser, but why would I be jealous about doing stuff with an abuser? I mean, I don't like what Alessandra's doing for a different reason because she's literally the mother of my children, and so if she raped me and is abusing me with a bunch of men, there's a difference than between, well, like, okay, my children are participating. Like, it makes me feel bad that my children are participating, but you know they don't they don't have a chance to beat me. Alessandra maybe had a chance to beat me, but that's long gone. Um, I guess if she could keep me asleep. Now, think of how long, and keep me asleep and unaware. But like, think of how long ago that was, where I wasn't aware or like wasn't even coming to being awareness. Anyway, cool. Well, you can also tell by the lack of tracks in certain mixes, I'm less enthusiastic about those mixes. Like, I don't know. There's only 99 tracks in this mix. I'm just not as still a Maxwell mix. I mean, I guess it could be fun, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not as I don't know. She's not as good of a muse, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. The women that the mixes just come together. They're just really good muses for me. Look, I'm an artist. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, let's look at this fire going on now. Looks like it's still going on a bit, but I think they've contained it quite a bit more. Let's look at this one. This one's again looks straight over. Like, look, here's where Alessandra Ambrosio's house is. This camera is looking straight towards it. There's so much smoke there yesterday, and I do think it burned like right up to next to where her house is. But I think probably her house was spared. But imagine all your neighbors' houses burned down, and it's directly your fault, and then you're gonna live there. It's like, okay, well, I don't think all of them are gonna forgive you. So, you know what I mean? Also, Ariana Grande winning Best Supporting Actress at the 2025 Oscars. She looks really bad these days. She looks just like unhealthy and sick and like gross and like I just like how are these people celebrities? Like they don't look healthy. They look like you know what I mean? They clearly have agendas to like poison concepts, like people's concepts and they're willing to take money to do that and they're just shitty abusive people. Like you know what I mean? When the magic that's protecting you it like wears away, you don't think infinite burning torture? You think that that's going to be worth infinite burning torture? Nothing's worth infinite burning torture. But anyway, okay. Um, so that is the Alessandra Ambrosio mix hot update number 3. We are 2.5 hours into this. I will stop this at exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's much longer than the other ones because, first of all, the mixes have grown considerably, but second of all, because I went through every mix and I just talked about the mixes a bit more. But when I actually put out the mix, I will do an overview of the mix and talk about it and give some commentary on the mix. Just because I can. I mean, why not? If I'm putting in so much effort into it, why wouldn't I talk about it? Why wouldn't I explain it a little bit? I mean, it should be self-explanatory. It should be good enough art that it's like self-explanatory. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll just end this by saying it'll take a little bit more time. I think a couple more months to put out the Alessandra Ambrosio mix, and then the plan is that one and the Anja Ambrosio mix, and then I'll see where I go. Like Alessandra Ambrosio mix, Anja Ambrosio mix, then I'll see where I go. They might even be split up into multiple parts. I don't know. But anyway, well, that's it. I do think it's kind of going to be difficult for Alessandra Ambrosio to live next to a community that burned down, because of her. But she might be moving. So right when I said that, this popped up down here: Los Angeles wild, and then something. I don't know. Anyway, so and Anja, I love you. I can't wait to poop on your head. If I don't get to poop on your head, well then I'm not worried because you're probably gonna die, and then your mom's Jezebel, and I get all the blessings of her being Jezebel. I mean, yay! Come on, I get to be the guy on the throne of Yahweh. Oh wow. I mean, actually, it's a big fuck up to make me this happy. Either way, I'm happy. So poop stuff or Jezebel. Either way. Okay. Anyway, have a blessed one. I'll catch you next time. Later. Yeah. Okay. Later, guys. Yeah.